I'm very, very, frustrated, disappointed, angry at the fact that the Speaker of the House thinks that the people of Tennessee don't matter in this decision. She's essentially initiated a process without a vote. And, we're talking about probably the most extreme remedy that our Constitution affords for, taking someone out of office. A person elected by, the people in my district, they resoundingly supported President Trump in the election. And so why we can do something as egregious as removing the President of the United States without the people of Tennessee having a say just makes no sense to me in the concept of our democracy. And I can't imagine that the founders would support anything like this. Essentially, you have one person who's made a decision to proceed with an impeachment inquiry, and I think that's profoundly insulting to our basic democracy. Certainly, if he did something that I felt was, against the law, was a crime of, a substantial crime, I would support a process, but it's got to be a fair process. He's got to have his day in court, so to speak. This notion that every other American gets due process but the president is really ridiculous. I think he deserves to be able to cross-examine witnesses, to bring his own witnesses, to look at all the evidence. You don't conduct an inquiry like this behind closed doors. And his style with Kim Jong-un may be different than his style with Vladimir Putin, and that's just the president. I mean, being the leader that he's been invited by the American people to be. Do we drill down and critique how he handles Putin versus how he handles Kim Jong-un? Well, we can all have differences of opinion, but I don't think it's anything we would ever impeach someone over. We might, if someone doesn't like it, they can always go to the poll and vote for the other guy next time around. And the first question I would say is, does the legislative branch pass a law with one person's vote? And the answer is no. The legislative body works as a body, and by us all voting, the people have a say. So the 800,000 people who are in my district have a say when I cast a vote, and they don't have a say until I cast a vote for them. Representative democracy. Did the founders envision a speaker taking on the president and the vice president when, wait a minute, she's the next in line by herself? No, I don't think that's what the founders envisioned. And I think if we talk about that, even reasonable, and there are some, people on the other side of the aisle will say, yeah, you're right, that doesn't make much sense. It's probably the first time where I've had a significant disagreement with the president, but this is a significant disagreement, and it's multifactorial. It is a combination of, the connection that we have with the Kurds and the blood that has been spilled together fighting ISIS. And the bigger picture, which is the perception issues of, who is America with its allies. And that is probably one of the bigger issues. Russia's connection to Turkey and what's going on there, and that is also something to significantly consider. The S-400 missiles that Turkey just acquired from Russia and resulted in us canceling the F-35 to them, is creating a problem, because we have a NATO treaty with Turkey. And, these issues, this is only making those already very complex issues deeply more complicated, and we didn't have to do that.